Hi, good evening. This is one of your hosts for the evening. I am Ge Holla. It is not Gula. It is not GeHolla or Guala. It is Ge Holla, GeHolla.com, GeHolla Radio, and also with me, my lovely host for this evening.
My name is Rayvon. I am the queen of all trades. I'm a tax accountant. I'm an artist. I'm a writer. I'm a promoter. I'm a philanthropist. I don't know, anything but the bad words. Hopefully everybody's doing great tonight.
Legendary artist VIP for this evening, Mr. Twista, formerly known as Mr. Tongue Twister. We're about to buzz him in. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold the line. Good evening. How are you doing this evening?
How are you? I'm cool.
Everything. That's good, brother. It's good to talk to a legend such as yourself deep in the game. We've been following your career since I can remember, since I was a child, man. You've always probably been one of my favorite artists. You just dope all around, all your music, man. I love it. It's like some of the best work I ever heard in hip-hop, in my opinion.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. That from the heart. I really do, man. That's what's up, man.
Well, since it being March 9th, the all infamous day of one of the greatest to ever do it as well, Notorious Big, B.I.G., how much of an influence was he on your life as an artist?
A very big influence, because I remember sitting around in the room with the fellas listening to his album, like me and all of my homeboys who rap, and we all sat around and listened to his whole album in its entirety for the first time together. And I remember it was a life-changing event for me. Like, certain rappers did that to you, like when you first heard Nas or when you first heard Tupac, certain people did that to you. But definitely when I heard that first Biggie album, I was amazed.
Classic, instant classic. Now, for you, speaking of inspirations, what artists really set you on this path in hip hop? Who did you really grow up listening to, make you decide okay, this is what I want to do?
Well, for me, it was artists like I was like, my favorite rap artists are like Rakim, Cool G Rap, people like that. Run DMC. Those are the people I came up listening to. But who actually made me want to do it was when I was already rapping, but what made me want to actually go for it as a career was when I first heard Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick when they did the show and Lottie Dottie. Those songs made me actually want to be an artist.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. Some legendary people too. Tell me more about your new EP, Living Legend.
It's like a where I'm at right now type of piece. I wanted to put some music out there and let people know where my head was musically and my vibe, and just warm everybody up for what's about to come. Because, like now I'm about to go hard. Like when I drop the whole project or my whole album, I want to try to go as hard as I can when it comes to satisfying the fans. So Living Legend is like the prequel to it, letting you know, okay, what's about to come. Like, man, I hear different styles, different lanes he's going down, so let's see what the album is going to be like. And I just titled it Living Legend because that's what people say when they see me a lot. They're like, man, you're a legend, you're a living legend. So I just had to ride with something that was organic to me.
For real, bro, for real, you definitely are. When you drop, I still know cats around here, young and older, they still bumping the Adrenaline Rush. That is the thing, especially being in this part of the South, being, from this region. Man, we love you down here. You like everything, because that's all. To this day, we still bumping all of it, from cassettes to CDs. You pull up and they like, who that? We already know who this is. And you got now we got younger generations who probably wasn't as old. Even they singing your songs. They trying to emulate you and things of that nature. I know so many artists around here trying to spit it like how you spit it. And everybody nah, you ain't Twisted. Go sit down. Put that down. Let him do him.
That's crazy, man. Hey, it's nothing but gratitude, man. I've been getting a little love lately. I've been like, wow, okay. At this stage of my career is when I really feel it on a whole other level. So it's nothing but gratitude, man. It's it just makes me remember the times I would be sitting down writing certain rhymes. So when you say Adrenaline Rush or this or that, people don't realize how intense I was when it came to being a rapper when I wrote that album. Like, I just remember moments of laying in the dark on the carpet, like, you know, writing out my verse to Adrenaline Rush, or, you know, just different moments when I was writing, man. So definitely gratitude.
Now, you know, with them making all these, you know, these biopics with Pops and Biggie and all that, have you considered having a biopic about your life? Because I think that would be real interesting to see, you know, what made you into the person that who you are today. Has anybody approached you about making a biopic?
Been approached before, like here and there, but it would definitely have to be a situation where, you know, I'm satisfied with what I'm seeing. You know, everybody's not the same. Some people are very prideful, or, you know, are into their privacy to a certain extent. So I'm definitely with advertising myself, doing my thing, letting people see the real me to the fullest. But I don't want it done in a way that belittles me or makes me look bad. So I just got to make sure it's the right type of vibe.
That's right. Yeah, I can feel that. A lot of people were upset about the whole Aaliyah story. They were going in on that. So I agree to what you're saying. Definitely got to keep your legacy intact, because to me it's a great legacy. It really is. Tell me more about your new single you got going on, Models and Bottles.
Bottles is, you know, my own personal jam. But the reason I like that song a lot is because, you know, you got just the people that was involved with it, man. Like my man Jeremiah, you know, being involved with the song, Young Bird being involved with the production on the song, as well as the guy who produced it. My man Lil Bibby on the song, you know, me having somebody from the younger generation to help, you know, with that whole Twista vibe, and we just bridge that gap. You know, that's why I like Models and Bottles a lot. I think you can rock to it in the club. The video turned out hot. So, like I said, it's just where Twista at right now, vibing with the homies, man.
Okay. Yeah, I like that, because I'm a photographer myself, and we do like little shows where we have models and stuff. We definitely don't have to turn up for that. Put that on the airways and the speakers. Rayvon, are you still on the line with us?
Yes, I am. I am here. Yes, Twista, the wonderful ladies of the world would like to know, are you currently single?
No, I'm involved.
Involved meaning, because you know they're going to ask. You know, some women are going to be like, okay, he said he's involved. That maybe leaves a little wiggle room. Maybe he's free on weekends, or maybe after 5.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can let them wonder from there.
Okay. Well, ladies, you guys can keep on wondering. When you made the song Wetter, what was your inspiration? Was it a woman, or were you dealing with someone, or you were just like, hey, I'm just going to do this for the ladies? What was your inspiration and your drive for that song?
Just the ladies, man. Just being around the ladies, listening to you know, paying attention to what women are talking about, what the guys are talking about, just the whole vibe of everything, just, you know, being in it from that perspective. And just, you know, I was young when I wrote that song, so I was in my vibe, you know, real good with it. And it just came out, you know, it came out the way it did, you know.
I want to let you know, for all the ladies out there like myself who heard that song, we had a good time with it. We was in clubs. It was like, oh, that's my jam. Hold on. I wanted to know, when you were starting your artistry, or maybe even during you in your music career, have you ever loved someone and lost someone in the process of trying to pursue your music career?
Well, not so much early on trying to pursue it, but I lost my grandmother during the time of my career, so, you know, that had a big effect on me. And definitely when you're going through something personal, or, you know, dealing with your family, it has a big effect on your career. But, you know, if your homeboys can have an effect on your career, you can about imagine how much family or something like that will have an effect. So it's like real hard to kind of balance out being an artist and life and being a human being at the same time.
I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences to your family. I know it's been some time, but, you know, loss is never easy to deal with, no matter if it's 2 days or 10 years from now. When you were touring and doing shows, or just being Twista, the fastest rapper alive, did you have any issues with groupies or women just doing way too much?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, it still happens now. It's just, you know, crazy. Like, people want to, Yeah, they want attention a lot. So, you know, it'd be so crazy, you know. And then a lot of times it'd be the guys too,
John,
and they're escalated to that level. If they not vibing with you a certain way, or you ain't vibing with them a certain way, they ready to get into you a certain way, you know. So that's where a lot of the beef starts. You know, a lot of the guys would be on that whole groupie vibe or going a little too hard, and if that artist show them one little sign of, man, I don't want to be bothered, then they might turn into a whole different vibe.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, because men are groupies too sometimes. I forgot about that whole factor. Sometimes they'll jump on your bandwagon real quick thinking they can coattail you and, you know, pretty much try to be in the same position you are. And that's not fair. It's like you're working hard, you're doing the things. Since you're currently involved with a woman, what qualities in her attracted you to her? What qualities in a woman attract you to a woman? Like, what do you like best of a female?
Man, a nice smile, a beautiful voice, a nice body.
What is your favorite?
An intelligent mind. An intelligent mind. Definitely an intelligent mind overall. I don't like the stuff person.
So it's intellect over beauty, more than likely, is what you're saying, correct?
It depends on what the vibe is.
Okay, so if it's a booty vibe, then it's the body vibe. But if it's, you know, if you guys are on an intellectual path, then so I get it. You've got duality. You can go to the stripper club and, like, you know, she got a nice body, and then you can go to a poetry reading and say, you know what, I love how her similes and things. That's good.
Yeah,
what is your favorite body part?
I mean, first the eyes, then probably the body. I don't know, the booty.
G, you was right. You said in another song or something like that, he said he liked booty. So, ladies, he likes the booty, even though he's involved. Make sure you guys understood. Likes the booty, but involved.
Yeah, You learn a lot about artists by the songs that they make and things like that when you study and observe them. So I wanted to know, at one point, were you ever signed to Rockefeller, or what was that about? Because I remember at one point I was watching how you made a song with Jay-Z and oh my God, Missy. Sorry, my mind went blank. Is that your chick? I think you were on the remix or the original version. So I was just curious about, were you ever signed to Rockefeller?
It was a situation that was close to happening, but I was already signed to Atlantic Records, and Jay-Z at one point tried to make the business happen in a way where we could coexist and I still be on Atlantic and Rockefeller at the same time. But the way we were into the project and where we were at with my career and business-wise, I guess the two couldn't get it together. So, definitely I remain cool with the family and always welcome to what they're doing, or it's just it's a cool vibe there anytime we see each other. But as far as making it happen the way we wanted to business wise, we never got it to that level.
Okay. And we got you on the line, man. Would you like to ask Mr. Twista a few questions?
Mr. Twista, what's going on, brother?
What's happening, bro?
Nothing much. I've been a fan since Mr. Tongue Twister. I remember that video on BET. Way back in the day on Rap City.
Oh, man, thanks, bro.
Yeah, the Mr. Tongue Twister, I was like, man, this dude right here is flipping. You still hold that record as the fastest rapper? You still hold that record?
Yeah.
You do?
That was, no, it's some, it's like one or two guys broke it since then, but it was about like 10 years later, like 10, 15 years later, somebody went at it and broke it.
Yeah, I know you.
It's still breakable. I don't think there's only so fast you can do it. The guys that pretty much got the record later on after that, they don't even matter, man.
The cat from Chicago got a southern drawl, a slight southern drawl, and if you can rap that fast with a southern drawl, brother, you rapping real fast.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what's up though. But I wanted to ask you something though. The situation in Chicago right now, with the shootings and everything and the drill music, everything that's going on in Chicago right now, is there a movement anything going on as far as like you're a veteran rapper of Chicago, a veteran rapper of Chicago. You and some of the other guys that are veteran rappers, are y'all doing anything to try to influence these young drill rappers to be like, hey man, y'all need to calm down, or is it even like that? Or what's the vibe in Chicago on the rap scene? Because right now, I'm from Georgia. What I'm seeing is a lot of people from Chicago, it just seems like that you're rapping violence, even though despite of the violence, it's still more violence being rapped about to kind of calm that vibe down.
We speak directly to the people about it. You know, anytime we get a chance to put ourselves on the forums, we speak to the people about it. But as far as the shorties, you know, you try to lead by example. Like with me, I mostly try to lead by example. And if we in that chat 'em up conversation, man, you know, I still got a youthful mind. You know, I'm able to communicate with them on a certain level and let them know what I think is cool or what's not. For the most part of it, man, these grown men out here, you know, the generation today are way less respectful to authority than we were when we came up. So people, you know, people doing their own thing. You know, we in the age of Aquarius right now. Everybody doing them. You know, so there's only so much you can put into a person's head. And, you know, so you tell them, and then the biggest thing to me is leading by example, you know, and, you know, try to show them in that aspect. But, you know, and, you know, it's funny, too, you know, because a lot of the guys that's rapping ain't really in the streets. You got some that's in the streets, but a lot of them, they rapping instead of being in the streets.
Hey, you know what? It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because we had an interview with the other week, and Young Mouth said the same exact thing. He's like, these cats ain't even real no more. You don't know where they're from. So they could be from the streets or they could be from the suburbs, but they're rapping about the streets like it's authentic.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's hard to say everybody might have their own definition of what's real, you know, but at the end of the day, you got a lot of these cats that's rapping that's not being in the streets because they rapping. It's like the same way you put that little club or whatever or YMCA in the hood and that little spot because of them kids in that neighborhood go there and they save their life or whatever because they played basketball or they got into musical arts or, you know, rapping is doing the same thing for a lot of these shorties. And a lot of times you can't have all of the good with the bad. Like, of course you would rather they rap about positive things, but at least he's not on the street. You know what I mean? It could be worse. At least he's just talking about it instead of going out there doing it. Maybe later on in life as they grow, they'll realize how much what they say is an effect on the people and start to switch it up. But for the most part, while they're young, man, it's like at least they doing that, man, instead of going out there, you know, some of the ones that's rapping. And then some of it, too, you got to realize, too, is like, you know, we're in that age of the internet where everything is being seen. So to me, I'm seeing the exact same thing when I was coming up. Like when I'm looking at the killings and everything now, and I judge it from the perspective when I was 18 or 17, that them niggas was killing each other the same way. Well, no difference. It just wasn't no internet.